Hi everyone, my name is Ben Ma. This is my second YouTube video. This video's topic is going to be about what I wish I knew and what I wish I did while attending ArtCenter as a design student. So the first thing I would like to share with you is I wish that I knew about archiving. I wish I knew about Dropbox at the beginning of my art and design career. I only started using Dropbox, since my first job at Yeezy in 2021. And I wish that I had a proper documentation done for my student works while I was going through all the classes at ArtCenter. And because what would happen is, you go through the schools, all the classes, and if you're not good at organizing for one class, then all these things started to pile up. Your computer desktop piles up. And, you started switching computers and things just don't go as organized. And you will find out very quickly as you go into your design professional life that organization is very, very important. And I am still working on that right now. So that's what I wish I knew. That's the first point. And second, I wish that when I was studying car design at ArtCenter, I was taking more, I wish I took more classes from different majors, specifically environmental design, entertainment design, as well as photography. Photography is now my more recent hobby, and I kind of wish that I had a bit of a head start while as a student. But I also, I'm sure some of you get that, like ArtCenter's degree requirement is very specific, and you don't usually get to have so much, I'd say, freedom in choosing extracurriculum classes. But since now, hindsight, I'm currently not working on anything automotive, transportation design related. Hindsight, I wish I just took more different classes. And on a side note, the classes that are outside my discipline that I took that I really enjoyed were, one of the class is from Jeff from product design. The class is called the 3D modeling, and it was on SolidWorks, and that was, to me, it was particularly useful because it gave me a lens to products that are outside of car design. And another class which I took again and again while at school was with this professor named Will Weston. He no longer teaches at ArtCenter, but you can find out about his life drawing and figure drawing classes online. I believe he now teaches with this platform called Drawing America. And you can spend a fraction of the tuition that you would have had to pay to ArtCenter to get his class online live, with him, every weekend, and then, go through like a class format. And to me, I not only did the in-person class with him, and I also did the online classes with him. And I think that's one of I contribute his teaching and then my personal efforts in those classes to my improvements in my drawing and thinking abilities when it comes to anything creative. And on my third point, what I wish I did was that I wish as a design student I carved out more time for fitness and for just take care of myself a little bit better. The last time I seriously was involved with anything fitness was towards the end of high school. That was in 2016. And I started going to college. The first 2 years I spent it in MICA, Maryland Institute College of Art. And somehow it just kind of slipped, as in you know, the college was so close to me, to my dorm, and you know, I obviously was and still very much a very competitive person, and so I did shift my balance a lot to art, to design, to the curriculum. And but hindsight, you know, after spending, you know, thousands and thousands of hours, having been professionally involved, you know, on actual art and design projects, like hindsight, like 10 years later, you know, I could have, I could have had more balance. I could have had a gym membership, you know, while a student at my design school. And another point, what I wish I did was, I wish I spent a bit more time connecting with my fellow classmates. I understand, like, my excuse would be like, you know, when I was going through school, the last third of it was because of COVID. But, you know, I wish I spent more time hanging out with them, and like maybe doesn't have to be class or work related. Because now, like, my, you know, couple of friends that I graduated with, you know, they are at different companies. Many of them are car designers, and, you know, some are in Irvine, you know, one's in Germany, and one is in China, and I like barely see them. So that's one regret. And my last part is a bit of a tough, a sad point, is that there's this one guy, his name is Dan, and he was with us in our first term at ArtCenter. He was part of the like my incoming class of summer of 2018 in transportation design. And you know, like, we're not super close, but he was very much a friendly person. And I, like, he was I think he was the only person that that did not continue with the ArtCenter degree after he finishes first term. And I kind of, you know, we kind of just lost contact with him. And I remember the very last couple of times I saw him was at the model shop, and also at the Hillside Model Shop, and at the and also at the, you know, the black box building where you have the lawn that is like closer to the gallery. And I saw him like walking there, and what's crazy was, you know, we had a joke. I don't recall the specifics, but he literally had a t-shirt of my face and printed, and he was wearing it on that day. That like made my day. And sadly, because of his own, you know, the issues that I personally were not aware of, he passed away, you know, I believe it's towards the end of 2018 or 2019, and that came as a shock to many of us. So this would be, you know, like a very somber, solemn note. I wish I knew. I wish I, you know, spent, you know, I wish, you know, I got to interact with him a bit more, and, you know, I don't know if I could help with, you know, changing that outcome. But that's, on a happier note to end this video would be, while as a student, yes, you are here to learn, you're here to improve, but your work as a designer does not exist in a vacuum. And design is, you know, you're doing it for someone, you're doing it for people. And, you know, take care of your folks, whether if it's your friends, or or people that you might kind of seen around but you don't know exactly who they are, like reach out to them. Like I think that will help a lot. Yeah. That's the end of this video, and thanks, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.